Yo, 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 what is going on, guys? Hope everyone's having a fantastic day. Kind of want to, I just saw this before, which I thought it was really interesting, and, kind of have my eyes wide open a little bit, kind of talking about it or even trying to think about it right now. There have been, questions on this tight end group right now. Number one, it's young. Number two, you have some starting capability with Jack Stahl. And really, other than that, you really don't have anybody else. As of right now, the tight end position, I say it's a weak position right now. When you look at Dallas Goedert, what he's done so far this year, having 544 yards on 3 touchdowns, 12.7 yards a reception, okay. And obviously tied in receptions at 41st, and obviously is 31st in receptions right now, and yards right now. And he has had such a great year, and obviously the ball distribution has been so good. And I felt like Jalen Hurts is missing that safety blanket because Goedert is always somebody that you can rely on. So without Dallas Goedert, you have to rely on Jack Stahl. You have to rely on, Grant Calcaterra that used to play with Jalen Hurts at Oklahoma, had a lot of concussions, transferred to SMU, got drafted by the Philadelphia Eagles. I think he was a 6th-round pick for the Eagles, and was hurt most of training camp, OTAs, even preseason, until the last game of preseason, and he made the team. Which I was really happy about because I think with Grant Calcaterra, you're not getting a great blocker, but you're getting somebody that's really fast and has pretty good hands. He hasn't had a snap. Before, obviously, the last game, he hasn't had a snap since the Washington game, week 3, on that, pretty much that left. He was running down the sideline on the left sideline, the first play coming out of the second half with Grant Calcaterra. You could surprise teams with putting Calcaterra in there on some plays, some things up there, some plays up their sleeves or whatnot, but this, we're not middle of the season. We're getting towards the late side of the season now. So is there enough that I could sit here and say that I feel comfortable going with this tight end group in the playoffs? Okay. Tyree Jackson's coming off of an ACL. Literally just got cleared a week ago. I can't expect too much from him coming off an ACL and rehabbing the injury and now putting all this on his shoulders to be a rotational tight end for the Eagles. No. For me, Tyree Jackson's more of a project and still is, and is still going to be, next offseason in 2023, you're going to have him compete and see if he gets better. This would have been his second year playing tight end. Okay. Now, why I'm making this video, we just talked about the tight ends last video, so obviously we're going to get deep into this now since this has emerged. Now, it looks like from NFL rumors that some of the Eagles players have been trying to contact Rob Gronkowski. And obviously Rob Gronkowski is, I think he's retired right now, right? He is retired. I don't see Rob going to any other team right now just because, he only plays with Brady. Would he actually play with another quarterback? Remember the first time he was going to retire, and then, he was going to go. He was going to go to the Lions. He became a free agent, was going to go to the Lions, and then he pretty much retired. And then he came back to play with Brady, I think, with his first year with the Bucs, and that's pretty much how that went down, winning a Super Bowl. This is a high-caliber player with Rob Gronkowski is his body's run down at this point of his career, and that's why you're not asking him if you sign him or you try to reach out to go sign him. He's here for a playoff run. Obviously, this isn't a future piece. This is nothing else. Goedert, I don't know. Maybe the Eagles found out Goedert's going to be out a lot longer. Probably not. Maybe 3 more weeks he'll be back. But I am not all into getting Tyree Jackson on board. Calcaterra is going to be great, or I think Jack Stahl is really the only one I could see can actually give more into this offense than the other guys can, because Tyree Jackson has a second year playing tight end, didn't even play in his second year yet, okay, switching positions, and Calcaterra is just too raw right now, okay. I think a change has to be made at tight end. We talked about, Eric Ebron. That's just a hamstring injury machine since last season with Pittsburgh. And Nick coached him when he was a tight end to the Colts. There's Jared Cook's out there, but he's up there in age. You know what I mean? So, but fumbles the ball a good amount. I mean, there's just a lot. There's not really that much out there when it comes to free agency. If there was one free agent that I would go out and get, it's Rob Gronkowski. I would never have thought of this because Rob's enjoying his life making commercials and doing his thing. So, would it be an upgrade? Yes. And then, Rob stays and Goedert comes back. Goedert becomes the number one. Imagine doing double tight end sets with Rob Gronkowski and Dallas Goedert and promising Gronk, like, hey, we're making a run here and we need you. Really, and he knows he would be the guy for a few weeks, and he'd be the guy going down the stretch. So if Dallas Goedert is not even 100% in a couple weeks, you could keep Rob Gronkowski in there. And this way, he's not playing every snap, and he's getting rest, and he's not putting too much on his body. His body has taken a big toll over the years, and that's part of it, okay? I think he could still play. I would have no issue with it. If anybody would figure this out, because this tight end spot is not, I'm not comfortable with it. It's not what I think is going to be the final piece going into to the playoffs. Dallas Goedert comes back off injury, then what do you do? Are you even, at this point, even if Goedert does come back, are you still comfortable with what you have back there right now? And then people are going to tell me, well, let them play. The only way they're going to learn is that they play. But at this very important time of the year, if this was week 3, week 4, I'd give these other guys as much time as possible. But because you're getting closer to the end of the season, closer to where the Eagles are going to make the playoffs, whether they win the division or not, they'll still be in the playoffs regardless. They got to figure out this position, because are they going to use more Zach Pascal? Are they going to use more Quez Watkins? Are they going to use double tight end sets and just run the ball a little bit more? What are they going to do here? Okay, and I like throwing to the tight ends. I think Jalen Hurts and Dallas Goedert had a special connection, and I think Dallas Goedert's a top 3 tight end in the league. There's no doubt about it. Getting Gronk out of retirement would just be a luxury player coming here in a rotation. I mean, not at first, but later on when Dallas Goedert comes back, you can use Gronk in a lot of different ways. They're not going to put too much pressure on him. But if it's Gronk getting one more little mini paycheck just to help a team, throughout the playoffs and be successful, you never know what could happen. You know what I mean? So I would never picture this happening with Gronk wearing an Eagles uniform at all. But it's interesting to see, that the Eagles players are reaching out to him to say, hey, I don't know who has a close relationship with Gronk, so I'm not sure if some of the coaches do or if some of the players do. I'm trying to even figure out who's got a close relationship with him at this point. But in this moment, I would take a shot at it, at least if he's willing to come just for a quick paycheck for a playoff run. I'm totally fine with it. I mean, you have nothing to lose here, okay? This is the best time to, when you have a good team right now and they're on a roll at 9-1 right now, and you got 6 games, whatever, how many games we have left. We're getting down to the end of the season, guys. I mean, this season is coming and it is going, and then the playoffs start and it's a clean slate. The records don't matter after that, and you got to play the best football you could possibly, play. So getting Gronk would be a great thing, because I think it would be a really good move, because I know that down the line he's going to be a rotation type tight end. So he's not going to, like I said, there's not going to be too much pressure on him. It's going to be Dallas Goedert. We all know that. That's, Dallas Goedert is our future. He's on a new contract right now. Like, a luxury player to bring in like Gronk is great. But can we trust what we have behind Dallas Goedert with Jack Stahl? Jack Stahl is a nice number 2 and is becoming a pretty good number 2 right behind Dallas Goedert. Him being the guy, I don't know. Because I know they're not going to throw to him that much. With Dallas Goedert, rotating on plays, he'll get his touches. And he's a great blocker. Calcaterra can't block, but we haven't seen him catch a pass. They didn't even catch a pass during the Colts game. Cost us a third and second penalty. Like, that's a big one for us. Tyree Jackson, same thing. Like, you have 2 tight ends right now that have barely played in the NFL, period. Tyree Jackson's played more games, but not by much. Okay. and they're both projects right now. You have a 6th-round pick in Calcaterra. You have a guy, in Tyree Jackson that switched positions a couple years ago. This would be a second-year playing tight end. So to me, it's just not enough to go into the playoffs with. It's just not. So this could be a very good thing going down the road. If anybody looks at this tight end group, it's great when Dallas Goedert's in the lineup, and I think he benefits. And I think Jack Stahl becomes a better player when he's around. But Jack Stahl being the guy is just not making me comfortable going forward, and they have to figure it out. Okay, because obviously the Colts game was pretty bad offensively, fundamentals, penalties, not running enough in the first half with Miles Sanders, just embarrassing and certain to a certain extent. So let me know what you guys think about this whole entire situation. I kind of want to put this video out, but I want to know from you guys, would you sign Gronk? Do you think what we have in this tight end group is enough? And if you guys think it's enough, then great, because I respect that opinion. But to me, if this was week 2 or week 3, you just got to understand that I would give them time. But because you're down like the last end of the bare end of the season right now, are you really going to put too much time into this right now instead of next offseason with some of these guys? That's the only thing I'm saying. I'm not comfortable with it. And obviously Jalen Hurts isn't throwing to them, so there's not much trust in these other guys or giving these guys any chances. And I don't know. They're too raw to me. You know what I mean? So we'll see what happens. But you guys have a fantastic day. I'll see you guys on the next one. SHAKESQUAD up, follow us. Peace out, guys. Peace.